Hey everyone, this is Coach E. Allen with the GameReady podcast. I'm recording, I think this is my third episode of the year, maybe the fourth, I don't know. I just want to try to touch base with you guys. Um, just talk about a few things that I talk about with my clients on a daily basis, or really on a weekly basis. It goes from everything from nutrition to what they want to actually focus on in their nutrition, to really life type, subjects, where they're dealing with some really intense situations, whether it be work, family, or or anything that makes them makes them uneasy somewhat. And this place is almost like a release to a lot of my members. And in between the training and the lifting weights and doing the mobility work, conversations happen, and it's we all having to struggle with some sort of issue, and we find ways to manage it. And even for me, this is like my therapy when I come in here and I lift. And I'm about to get a lift in probably like another like hour after I get done with my normal morning work after my sessions, after my AM sessions. And it actually helps me just process things and makes things a lot more easier to digest, and it helps me just discover solutions to problems, and it really kind of helps me manage my mental well being, and everything kind of comes full circle, and it helps me actually, when I see my members again, hopefully I can help them with some sort of encouraging word or solution to an issue that they've been dealing with. Not that I'm trying to give them a solution or or be a counselor or anything like that. That's well above what I'm skilled in practicing and actually doing. It's just to kind of just be a support system and try to help move the needle forward and help my members and people that I have an opportunity to come in contact with uh, feel like they're actually getting ahead and they're just not stagnant. They don't. They're just not dealing with the situation where it seems like they're just powerless to handle or come up with a solution to. Um, One thing I try to do on a weekly basis is find different things at the start of the week, whether it be a book, a podcast, something that gives me some additional knowledge that's helped me, that'll help me along my journey on, and along the way. And the coolest things that I one of the coolest things that I try to, I shouldn't say coolest. One of the things that I try to adapt to my life is, the lessons that I've learned in sports. And if anything that revolves in sport, with sport in it, it actually attracts me a lot better, a lot more intensely. I'll I'll focus a little bit more on the details within what it's trying to convey. And I listen to podcasts pretty heavily. I listen to a podcast before I listen to music. Sometimes before, even when I'm lifting or working out, or when I'm outside walking, or even just driving, I'll listen to a podcast before I listen to anything else. And I was listening to a podcast like 2 years ago, and it was the, if you want to say, mental skills coach that helped some pretty prominent athletes, from everybody from um, uh, Tom Brady, uh, Desmond Howard, Michael Phelps, and countless other people in the world of sport uh, deal with just the normal, the normal issues that every athlete comes up against, whether it be playing time or having an issue with having imposter syndrome, or having an issue with just becoming a better person, and uh, keeping the distractions to a minimum and focusing on what you can control. Because I know myself, I try to control a lot of things, and then sometimes you got to just kind of let things go and understand what you can control and what you can't control. And one of the things that I've learned over the years, that I can't control how people view me. I can't control how people actually see me as a person, and I definitely can't control how someone um, would actually see me as as an athlete. I can't control that at all. I learned that the first, when I actually got released um, from this, when I played in the NFL for the short time that I was there. And I really should say I played. I was there as a undrafted free agent, and I'll get more into that later on. And when I listened to Greg Hardy talk, it really kind of resonated with how he actually improved the performance of these individuals, and it intrigued me, and I kind of I was intrigued. But then, back in this, I believe in late late last year, I believe in like October or November, I learned he passed away. And one thing that kind of it hit me, because they start, the algorithm. Once I started looking at his old videos, it started just pushing his videos to me. And he wrote a book, and it was called um, "Stay Sane in an Insane World." And I put off buying it until he passed away. So this is the book, and I've read this book well over, like, at this point I probably read this book like five times, and taken several notes, and it actually has some interactive um, exercises in here where you actually write down and follow along interactively within the book, and you can actually use the book as a reference. I actually gave this book to a guy that I'm going to be probably possibly working with on a few things, and it was just inspiring, because we really, me and this individual, we started talking about coaching, and how coaching is so is so I say so detailed, and it's so you have to trust the coach to understand that they know how to actually execute their job, and how a coach develops that is through having to being sort of arrogant in what people would consider being arrogant. I think people who have low confidence, who have low self confidence, they automatically assume that someone is arrogant when pretty much they're just confident in what their ability is to do. And if you know most great coaches can come off as arrogant. I don't care who what coach you're talking to, because they put in the time and the work to actually develop the skill to be able to set the tone, set the vision, create a plan, and instruct people how to execute that plan to come to have the outcome that we all are looking for, which is pretty much in sports is to win individual championships and team championships. So he basically dives into this in his book. I would suggest any athlete or coach buy this book. If you're a business person, I mean, it's a really short read. I'm not related to Greg Hardy in any way. I'm not pushing the book. I'm just saying it's a great read, and I'm going to suggest some other books that I've read over the last several years that's actually kind of helped me along, and I'm still learning from. And as I excuse me, as I go on this journey, it's actually helped me moving forward to see. As I read different books that are self-help and people describing the stories that they've been through, it just helped me along the way. And it's helped me just stay positive about my situation and come up with solutions to problems that are similar to theirs. But this book is a really, really, really great book if you want to learn how to control the controllables, which he mentions in this book, and he goes into depth with different stories and different events that happen to people that he's had the opportunity to work with. That's pretty much it for today. This was I had a podcast that I did that was supposed to be video. I think this is going to be video. I'm using a new app. So hopefully this is video also, and then we'll take it from there. That's all for right now. If you get a chance, make somebody smile today, and try and enjoy the journey, and make it a point to understand that the only thing that you can control is you. You can't control anybody else, and you can't control the outcomes. The only thing you can control is the process, which is the work towards the outcomes. I'm learning that every day. So with that said, you guys take care. Go check out this book.